When we desire something deeply, it is natural to want to share it with the world. A new relationship, filled with love and promise, brings excitement that often compels us to tell others. However, when Allah is in control, when He is crafting a blessing in the form of a relationship, patience and silence are often the wisest choices. Human nature urges us to seek validation, to receive congratulations, and to involve others in our joy. Yet, Allah's timing is always perfect, and revealing too much too soon can interfere with the natural course of His plans. We must understand that every relationship meant for us has already been written by Allah. The person who is destined for us will come into our lives at the right time, in the right way, and through the right means. Our role is not to rush His decree, but to trust in it. The modern world encourages people to showcase their happiness, especially on social media. But such exposure often brings unnecessary attention, opinions, and even negativity. A seed does not grow faster if we keep digging it up to show others its progress. It grows best when it is nurtured quietly, away from interference. Silence in the early stages of a relationship is not about secrecy in a negative sense. It is about protection. When we are in the process of forming something meaningful, it is still fragile. A relationship, much like a newly planted tree, needs time to develop strong roots before it can withstand the winds of life. If we announce our relationship before it has truly matured, we may unintentionally invite external pressures, doubts, and opinions that could weaken its foundation. Keeping things private allows both individuals to focus on strengthening their connection without unnecessary distractions. Moreover, trusting in Allah's plan means understanding that not everything needs to be shared immediately. Just as Allah brings the sun at the perfect hour and causes the rain to fall when the earth needs it, He introduces people into our lives with divine precision. If we rush to reveal a relationship before it has been firmly established, we may disrupt the natural flow of Allah's guidance. Instead of allowing the bond to form with sincerity, we might find ourselves influenced by external expectations. When too many voices become involved, decisions are no longer made with clarity, but with the pressure of pleasing others. There is also the reality of the evil eye. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reminded us that the evil eye is real and that not every glance upon us is filled with good intentions. Sometimes even those who love us can unknowingly cast jealousy or doubt upon our blessings. When a relationship is still in its early stages, it is particularly vulnerable. By keeping it private, we safeguard it from unnecessary scrutiny and negativity. Allah's wisdom teaches us that not all aspects of our lives are meant for public discussion. Some blessings grow best in silence, shielded from envy and interference. This does not mean that one should hide a relationship from those who truly matter, such as family or trusted advisors. Islam encourages transparency with the right people, particularly when seeking guidance. However, there is a difference between seeking wise counsel and broadcasting every detail of a personal matter. The first brings clarity and barakah. The balance lies in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, a skill that strengthens both faith and emotional intelligence. A relationship that is handled with patience and wisdom has a greater chance of flourishing. When two individuals are not distracted by external validation, they can focus on what truly matters, building a strong foundation based on respect, understanding, and faith. It is far better to reveal a relationship when it has been nurtured properly and is ready for the next step, rather than exposing it prematurely and struggling with unwanted influences. Allah's blessings unfold at the right moment, and His guidance is never delayed. When Allah is preparing something special for us, He does so with wisdom beyond our understanding. The best approach is to trust in His plan, move forward with faith, and allow the blessing to reveal itself in its own time. Not everything needs an announcement. Some of the most beautiful gifts in life arrive quietly, growing steadily until they are strong enough to be shared with the world. Not every eye that looks upon you wishes you well. Not every heart that hears of your happiness rejoices in it. In a world where people have different intentions, experiences, and unseen emotions, it is important to guard the blessings Allah is preparing for you. A new relationship is a delicate blessing, one that needs protection, not just from external obstacles, but from the unseen forces of jealousy and negativity. Keeping it private until the right time is not about secrecy. It is about safeguarding something precious until it is strong enough to withstand the world. The evil eye is real. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned us about its effects, reminding us that a glance filled with envy can bring harm, even unintentionally. Sometimes even those who love us can, without meaning to, cast an envious look or a doubtful thought upon our happiness. This is not always out of ill will, but rather a reflection of their own struggles and desires. A person who has been waiting for their own companionship may look upon your relationship with admiration, but deep inside, a small sting of longing can exist. That tiny emotion, even if unspoken, can affect the energy surrounding what you are building. A new relationship is like a fragile flame, strong enough to burn but weak enough to be extinguished by a passing wind. When too many people become aware of it before it has settled, their opinions, judgments, and even well-meaning advice can become distractions. Some may question the match, not because they see something bad, but because they are seeing it through the lens of their own experiences. Others may compare your relationship to their own, whether positively or negatively, creating unnecessary expectations and pressures. This is how doubt creeps in. Small remarks here and there, suggestions that perhaps you should think twice, or subtle reminders of past failed relationships. If you are not careful, these outside voices can cloud your mind and make you question something that was once clear in your heart. There is also the reality that not everyone wants to see you happy. While it is natural to believe in the goodness of people, it is also wise to acknowledge that envy exists. Some people thrive on knowing every detail of others' lives, not because they wish them well, but because they enjoy being part of every story, good or bad. By keeping your relationship private until the right time, you remove the opportunity for unnecessary interference. It allows you to focus on nurturing your bond without worrying about who is watching, who is commenting, and who might be hoping, consciously or subconsciously, that it does not last. Privacy also strengthens sincerity. When a relationship is not yet public, it allows both individuals to focus on each other, rather than on how the world perceives them. There is no need to perform for an audience, no pressure to prove anything to anyone. The love, respect, and understanding between two people should grow in a natural, pure way, without external validation. In a time where relationships are often displayed for likes, comments, and approval, choosing to keep something between yourself, your partner, and Allah is an act of wisdom and faith. It is a reminder that the most meaningful connections do not need a stage. They need sincerity, patience, and quiet strength. When Allah blesses you with something, it is not for everyone to know immediately. The most beautiful moments in life often happen in silence, unfolding gracefully until they are strong enough to be shared. A relationship built with Allah at the center does not need constant reassurance from the outside world. Instead, it needs trust. Trust in each other and trust that Allah will reveal it at the right time, to the right people. Protect your relationship from unnecessary attention, from unwanted opinions, and from the unseen forces of envy. Let it grow where it is safe, where it is nurtured with wisdom and faith. And when the time is right, when it has matured and is ready to be known, let it be revealed as a blessing that was always meant to be. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. In a world where people are quick to share every detail of their lives, choosing to keep certain things private is an act of strength. When it comes to relationships, especially in their early stages, silence allows sincerity to grow. It removes distractions, prevents external pressures, and helps both individuals focus on what truly matters, the connection they are building. Trusting in Allah's plan means knowing that a relationship does not need public validation to be meaningful. It needs faith, patience, and genuine intention. When a relationship begins, it is like a seed planted in the soil. If it is constantly exposed to the elements before it has the chance to take root, it may never grow strong. Similarly, when a relationship is made public too soon, It invites opinions, expectations, and sometimes even doubts from others. Many people do not realize how much external influence can shape their emotions. A comment from a friend, a piece of unsolicited advice, or a comparison to someone else's experience can all create confusion where there was once clarity. By keeping a relationship private, both individuals have the opportunity to truly understand each other without the noise of the outside world. One of the greatest dangers of involving too many people in a personal matter is that it shifts focus from what is truly important. In today's world, many relationships are built on appearances rather than sincerity. There is a desire to be seen, to be admired, and to prove happiness to others. But a relationship should not be about impressing anyone. It should be about building a strong foundation based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared value. When two people allow their relationship to be guided by faith rather than by external validation, they create something far more meaningful than what the world can offer. Silence also nurtures faith. When a relationship is kept private, it is easier to rely on Allah's guidance rather than the opinions of others. Instead of seeking reassurance from social media or from people who may not have the best advice, a couple can turn to prayer, reflection, and deep conversations. They can ask themselves the important questions. Is this relationship leading us closer to Allah? Are we building something based on true companionship? Or are we being influenced by what we think a relationship should look like? These questions are easier to answer when there are no distractions. Another benefit of keeping a relationship private is that it allows both individuals to focus on their personal growth. Before committing to someone else, it is essential to understand oneself, to know one's values, goals, and emotional strengths. When a relationship is new, there is still much to learn, not only about each other, but about how each person fits into the other's life. If too many people become involved too soon, the relationship may become about meeting expectations rather than personal development. A strong relationship is one where both individuals grow together, not one where they are constantly trying to prove their happiness to the world. There is also a certain peace that comes with privacy. Without the pressure of constant explanations, without the need to update others on every development, a couple can focus on the present. They can enjoy the moments that truly matter without worrying about how they appear to others. In a society where people are often chasing attention, choosing to keep something private is a powerful statement. It says, "This is for us, this is for Allah, this is not for the world to judge." When the time is right, when the relationship has grown in sincerity and strength, then it can be shared with those who matter. But until then, there is no need to rush. Allah's plans unfold at the perfect moment, and there is wisdom in patience. True love and commitment do not need an audience. They need faith, understanding, and quiet devotion. Let the relationship grow in silence, and when it is ready, let it speak for itself. There is a time for everything. When Allah blesses us with something, it comes with wisdom, with purpose, and with the perfect moment for it to be revealed. A relationship is one of the most significant blessings a person can receive. But like all blessings, it requires patience, care, and the right timing. It is easy to become excited and want to share good news with the world, but not everything is meant to be announced immediately. Some things must be nurtured in silence before they are ready to be known. A relationship, especially in its early stages, is like a delicate bud. If it is exposed too soon, before it has had a chance to fully bloom, it may wither under the weight of unnecessary attention, doubts, and interference. Our relationship is not just about two people coming together. It is about understanding, commitment, and a shared journey towards something meaningful. If rushed into the public eye before it has had time to develop, it can become influenced by opinions, expectations, and social pressures. Many relationships struggle not because of internal issues, but because of external voices that create unnecessary complications. People comment, compare, and sometimes even criticize, even when their words are not needed. What could have been a beautiful, Allah-centered bond may become clouded by the noise of the world. When something is in the hands of Allah, it is important to let it unfold according to His plan, not our impatience. Some people rush to declare their relationship out of excitement. But excitement alone is not a foundation. A strong foundation is built in quiet moments, in sincerity, in mutual understanding, and in seeking Allah's guidance. When two people are still discovering each other, they need space to do so without the pressure of an audience. They need time to build a connection that is based on truth, not on how others perceive them. The world we live in encourages constant sharing, constant validation from others, and an obsession with proving happiness. Social media has created an environment where people feel the need to showcase their lives, sometimes even before they have fully figured things out themselves. But relationships are not meant to be performance pieces. They are private journeys that should be safeguarded until they are truly ready. There is wisdom in keeping things between yourself, your partner, and Allah, until the time is right. When something is hidden for the right reasons, it is not secrecy, it is protection. There is also a deep peace in knowing that something belongs only to you and to the person Allah has written for you. When a relationship is private, it allows both individuals to grow together without worrying about how they appear to others. They can focus on what truly matters, building trust, strengthening their bond, and ensuring that their intentions remain pure. When the time comes for it to be revealed, it will be revealed with honor, with certainty, and with the confidence that it has been built on the right foundation. Announcing a relationship prematurely can sometimes lead to disappointment if things do not go as planned. Not every relationship reaches the stage of marriage, and when too many people are involved from the beginning, it can make it harder to walk away from something that is not meant to be. Keeping a relationship private allows for clarity. It gives both individuals the freedom to make the right decisions without the weight of external expectations. If Allah has destined two people for each other, no amount of silence will take away that blessing. And if He has written a different path, then it is easier to accept without the added burden of public scrutiny. There is a time when a relationship should be shared, but that time should be determined by wisdom, not by impatience. When a relationship is strong, when both individuals are committed and ready for the next step, then it can be presented to the world with dignity and confidence. Until then, it is best to let Allah handle it, to trust that He is preparing everything in the best possible way. What is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will never stay. The most beautiful blessings are those that unfold at the right moment, and when that moment comes, it will be worth the wait.